So FAZR is the name, first of all, inspired by kind of the science fiction phasers that you see in Star Wars and Star Trek. If you look at the product, it is a very linear looking product. So similar to the laser beams, phaser beams you would see. We also like to have a short name for a lot of our products. So FAZR is what we came up with, and it is a linear PET ceiling and wall solution. So, for the early days when we launched this, we really emphasized the ceiling part, but it is a truly integrated product where you can come across the ceiling and down the walls with the same elements. So it is intended to be both an open and closed plenum system for the ceiling. So in other words, you can clip on the FAZR elements and put in fillers if you want a closed ceiling look. However, you can keep the filler pieces off if you want kind of the linear look that's still open to the top. Let's see, it's a superior acoustical solution. So we did have this product tested at an acoustics lab, Riverbank, and we came back with very, very favorable results, close to a 1 NRC for the product because it does have some thickness and geometry to it. And the important thing is it's pretty straightforward and easy to install. We work with a Rockfon metal carrier. That's the structure that the phasers clip onto. And it's a symmetrical carrier, which is why we like it. So no matter how you turn the carrier, the hooks kind of go both ways. And it's pretty easy to do. And the carriers come in 10-foot pieces. So a lot of the installers will know what to do with it because of either they worked with Rockfon before or there's other similar linear carriers that are out there. Superior NRC, as I mentioned, and of course, we use our PET, which has got the flame rating for all the colors that we stock. The benefit is, the look. The look is this linear look, which you typically will see with wood or with sheet metal, but of course, you're getting all the benefits of having PET. So a little bit of what it looks like. Again, it's a two-part system. The carrier itself is an aluminum carrier that Rockfon fabricates. We purchased that from them as a supplier, as a vendor of ours, and then we will either resell the carrier built into the project, or if it's a big enough project and the distributor or contractor has a direct relationship either with Rockfon or a distributor, they can, of course, purchase the carrier separately. But we will always quote the project with both included. Again, but if it's a big enough project like airports or gyms or whatever, they can always buy this separately. The other part of it is the FAZR trapezoid. So it's shaped in a 60 and 120 degree angle purposely. So it does clip on to these symmetrical hooks. And then we do have a plastic extrusion that locks everything into place. So this is kind of a close-up. It's the metal ceiling that you see here. It's hung with your typical hanger wire like you would hang T-grid, but you do not need T-grid for this. This was in lieu of having the grid. So the carrier itself acts as your framework to do all that. Here's an image of what the open plenum would look like and the closed plenum. So the way this works is you have the part that clips on, and then the other filler part dovetails into that. If you want the open plenum look, you can just leave those fillers off, and then you can see up into the ceiling. We have our test data down below. You can see even with the open plenum, leaving those fillers off, you still get a 0.7 NRC. And then putting everything closed up in the closed plenum, it's a 0.9 NRC. So we feel very good about this. It's a very promising product. And again, I'm going to go into the details of how it's installed and the benefits, which is acoustics, the installation. Even the design lends itself to very easy maintenance access. So you don't have to take down a series or a whole number of elements like you would with the typical linear ceiling. You can take each one of those elements off individually. So if the building owner, whoever needs to get into the ceiling, they can just take off what they need, access what they need to, and then just clip those filler pieces back on. And we also have integrated light package. Talk a little bit about that in a second, but it's a 4-foot and 8-foot option that goes right into the FAZR product. Naturally, we can use all our 9mm colors into the product. So you guys are familiar with our 36 colors that we stock, as well as our wood grain. So any of the wood grain, which is our trademark wood name, can go into the FAZR elements. I think this is really a big selling point to this product line, is it really looks and mimics real wood, especially when it goes across the whole ceiling like this. It's just a really beautiful design. And the orders that we have received for this so far has been a lot of the wood look. So here's actually more of a rendered way the product gets installed. But first of all, here's some nice images, some renderings that the finished product looks like. We do have a mixture of some photography and rendering. So, you know, FAZR is really meant to be kind of a large square foot application, just because of how easy it is to put up and the price point. So we have some images. Here is an open plenum, what you saw in the video, again, leaving those dividers off, those fillers off, and just having the clip-ons. Again, the whole purpose of this is to have an integrated look. So here's another short video showing the installation on the wall. the big difference between the wall and ceiling application is it just uses a different carrier. Same format with the hooks. It's a one is meant to be mounted to the wall. The other one is meant to be hung with the hanger wire. But essentially, it goes on the same way. You can naturally do horizontal or vertical installation on the wall, just achieving a different look. Here's a vertical. This is using the wood grain. Rather than having a flush filler, we also have a recessed filler. So that's the look that you see here. And then this is a horizontal application where, again, you're using the wood grain as well.